couldn't advertise the show the way I normally do because Facebook shut my ad account down, my business ads. Yeah. Yeah, somebody was like trying to hack it, and then they just decided to flag it or something. Oh, and then so I appealed it, and then they write me a letter back, and I quote, here it said, "Why should you be allowed to continue advertising on Facebook?" For the privilege of giving you more money, sir, may I take your hat and coat? God. I see my mom and my cousin Lynn are here. Hi, guys. All in the same room. That's a happy sight. I love it. So my mom, there they are. My mom got her first shot and she's waiting on her second. So I like to think of her as a tweener. Tweener. Yeah, it just feels good to just the morale. I notice as people get the shots and I am titanium, like they're feeling. I just feel I'm glad that things are coming around, if only for people's mental health. I was talking to a buddy of mine and he said that he felt invisible, and I felt bad, but and I'm like, have you tried coughing in public? Get all the attention you could ever want. It's good. So we call this show, for the new people, hello and welcome to our, you'll drink the Kool-Aid later, but for now, we call this show Live Comedy in Your Living Room, and I advertise it everywhere. And then last week, I got booked to do a show in someone's living room. It's like he misread it or something. He's like, well, bring the clown to me, sure. Yeah, that's how you know you're balling, by the way. Like, you might have a big screen TV and you think you're doing all right, or you might work your way up to a home theater, but this guy, he hires people to perform in front of the television. Whole different level. Yeah, it was in the same, it's in Calabasas, in the same neighborhood as the Kardashians, as legend has it. And it's an 8-bedroom house, and the gates open up like, first you got to get through Checkpoint Charlie, and then the big Willy Wonka gates open. I'm like, this is what it would look like had I made better choices. This is it. This is what it would be. But I walk in. It's always weird when you do a show in someone's living room because, I walk in, they're all having a good time. They all know each other. And then this guy's like, all right, everybody. I want you to be quiet. Stop laughing. And we're going to see if this guy can make you laugh. He's a stranger. It's good. It was a tough gig, though. Sometimes you got to really win them over. And in the first row, there are these 3 uber rich kids. They're like, well, he's no Cirque du Soleil. The other guy's like, yeah, but the Cirque du Soleil people totally trashed the living room. Yeah, what made the show tough is that there were a lot of guests there who weren't there to be entertained. They were there to kiss the ring and make a deal. A lot of self-promotion going. There was one guy who spent 10 minutes trying to explain how famous he was. And I'm like, well, by definition, you shouldn't have to. I don't know. So for those of you who are new to the show, my name is Jason Love, and my wife is Patty. More commonly, Patty, or as most people know her, Poor Patty. That should be my merch. I put it on my T-shirt, my mug, Poor Patty. You got to feel for anybody who lives with a comedian because it's like this constant low-grade acid trip. It's like we're just always chewing on stuff. We were laying on our backs one night just looking at the stars, and Patty's totally at peace, and I go, "It's they say the universe is expanding. What is it expanding onto?" She's like, Jason, don't. I'm like, well, what is there other than the universe? She's like, I can tell you why they invented wine. But then we went to the Museum of Science, and she was all about it. All of a sudden, she's enthralled, and if the universe is made up entirely of energy, how is there solid objects? I'm like, thank you. I got slapped for that. Museum of Science. Yeah, people sometimes they ask me how you become a comedian, and I don't know. It's a long. First, you go down the rabbit hole, and then you take a right at the point of no return. You'll see a caterpillar. Who are you? I don't know. You do need some skills, though. I guess as a comic, you know, they say comedians are good with analogies. That's when something's like something else. So yeah, Patty's on with me, and her mom's here, and I saw Cindy, my sister-in-law's here, and I hope Susie's out there. It's good. Patty keeps a vision board downstairs. It's like a collage of all your dreams, which I love. So she's down there just printing out stuff from the internet. There's a house and a car and these big nature landscapes. And I'm like, maybe you could throw in some printer ink on there. Start small. All day long, just churning out these things. Yeah. What I love most about Patty, I love how compassionate she is. I admire it, and I'm always trying to like rub some of that off on me so I could be more. She's always checking on people. The last time my mom flew, by the way, Patty goes, "Did you at least text her to make sure the plane landed?" And I'm like, "Honey, if the plane doesn't land, we'll be notified by Anderson Cooper." Okay. Yeah. My cruise ship agent called, so it's getting closer, folks. They're starting to. Yeah. I know we got some cruisers on with us. Welcome, cruisers. Yeah, we did a show for the cruise people earlier this week, and they're awesome. I love them. I don't know how eager I am to, check back in as the entertainment, as a fly-on entertainer, because it's like joining the military. They go through your bags and they're questioning you, and they're already. I can't tell you how many norovirus meetings I've already sat through. I can't imagine what this is going to be like after COVID. You're going to be taking our temperature the hard way. Yeah. And every show you do, it's stressful. I love doing comedy. I love making people laugh. But when you're on a ship, every show you do is an audition for the privilege of coming back. And you always get a review. At the end, they give a review to your agent and the administrative. That's why cruise directors never pay for their own drinks. This one guy, he wasn't that into me, and he goes, he wrote to my agent, he goes, yeah, he was kind of quirky. Oh, burn. That's a good complaint. That would be a legit complaint if I'm doing your taxes. But the comedian, this quirky guy with all the questions. What's the universe expanding onto? How the hell do I know? All right. Well, hey, guys, we have a great show. That's my time. I'm your host, Jason Love. Thank you, everybody. We have a great show for you. We bring you just the best comics in the country, and they're the people that I would always want to share with you, but I can't because we're never in the same place. And your first comedian is coming to us from North Carolina. Super funny guy. Check out his Dry Bar Comedy Special. I was ringing the wrong person up there, Brandon. Jason, are you ready for me to bring you up?
Sure.
Okay. I couldn't remember the order, so you're up, man. This guy's coming to you from either North or South Carolina. I can't tell them apart. Check out his Dry Bar Comedy Special. Put your hands together for Jason King.
That's me. That's me. I'm the guy. Keep it going for Jason Love. Isn't that guy fantastic?
Yeah.
I love that guy. He's great.
Yeah.
Very, very funny guy. It's nice to see everybody's mugshot. This is nice. Everyone's here. It's taken over for the driver's license photo, hasn't it? Everyone's like pixelated, like, what? That's awesome. Welcome to my house. It looks like a grandma lives here. This is just how my life is. That's this picture. I got that from a Scooby-Doo cartoon. Right. At night, the eyes follow you around. You know, it's really creepy in here. You may have figured I'm kind of a nerdy guy. I don't know if there's any nerds out there. I love being I identify with nerds. You know, with Star Wars and video games and virginity. All that nerdy crap. Like as a kid, I played so much Oregon Trail, I actually got dysentery. I love it. I'm just not a macho guy, really. That's what it's about. I'm not macho, you know? Like when I was younger, I was like, you know, crazy kid. But now, let me put it this way. I'm barely man of the house, and I live alone. Bad gang. It's really bad. I got into some hobbies because of the pandemic. I had a lot of time on my hands. So I started mountain bike riding because I wanted to punish my butt. Terrible mistake. This is painful what I'm doing right now, sitting around like this. But I want to be very clear though about my mountain bike riding is that I don't ride mountains on it. I keep that thing on the sidewalk with the kids. Okay. My bike has a bell on it, is what I'm saying. Okay. I put it there. Ridiculous. So embarrassed about it. I learned though, there's two different kinds of people that ride mountain bikes. There's the like cool bike messenger guys, and then there's the off-putting spandex guys. You ever see, like they're always traveling in packs, racing to a location, hopefully to change clothes. Those are the worst. I look like I just learned how to ride it. I did it when I was younger. It's a whole different ball game right now. I look ridiculous. I got the mushroom helmet on that's designed to hurt your feelings. If you see me riding, you assume like one block over, there's a proud dad with tears in his eyes. It's my boy, you know. People have this weird support of me riding. I don't understand it. Like I was riding the other day, and the guy stopped his car and he yelled out. He's like, "Good job, buddy." I didn't know what to do. I was like, "Thank you." Bring. Embarrassing thing. I also started hiking. I saw this really beautiful commercial for constipation, and I was like, I gotta do that. Like Metamucil had a big budget for this commercial. We're up in the mountains. This couple was having a great time. One of them was having a really good time. And I was like, I got to do that, you know, and I got to start taking Metamucil because that guy looks uncomfortable. And if you don't know, hiking is stupid. Don't do it. It's hard to do. It's not something like I get it. Fresh air and trees are great, but it's not better than chocolate and sitting down. That's all I'm saying. And it's funny, you know, I was thinking about hiking and it's a weird thing, right? It's basically wandering aimlessly through the woods where you start and finish in the same place, right? It's just like community college. I'd take them down a peg or two. I was saying I hadn't, really ridden bikes since I was a kid and things are different now for kids, right? It's weird and it's our fault. You know, like we're fixing things that aren't broken for the kids today. Did you guys hear this? You might have heard. They changed the ABC song. Like, you know, the ABCs. Yeah. Some of you look nervous. They changed the melody, not the lyrics. Okay. They said the LMNOP part was tripping people up. Who, the toddler? All right, or the parents who didn't vaccinate him? Who are we talking about? You know, LMNOP is the best part of the song, right? Like the kids get all tongue-tied. Sounds like they're failing a field sobriety test. Like HIJK, MMNOT. You're going to jail, kid. You sound milk drunk. changing all kinds of, even how, this is going to get dark for a second, even how they bury people is changing now. Have you guys heard of this thing called human composting?
No.
Real thing? I know. Don't ask me. Apparently we didn't have enough haunted forests, right? They're turning people in compost and growing trees out of them, right? I'm like, is that really the best way to preserve the memory of a loved one? You know, in a crepe myrtle? Is that how we're doing it? Okay. Like, all right, kids, get out back and rake your Uncle Mike. You have to watch him lose his hair again every year. Some of them get me. That's good. They're like, how about this? They're changing how we sleep. There's still this huge industry working on how we sleep, as if everyone doesn't do it every night, right? They're out there building like new memory foam mattresses and sleep number beds and those weighted blankets so you could really feel the loneliness. Ooh, that stung a couple of you. I heard that. Man, I sleep listening to an app that plays white noise, which is just people shopping at Target. You can get different kinds of white noise apps, right? Like Taylor Swift or like the Oscars, whatever it is. We're shopping differently now, right? That's a thing too. People are shopping. Where everything's online, right? We're doing all that online stuff now. But I think that every kid should have to go shopping for clothes with their mom, because that humility is character building. Okay. I think at least the guys know what I'm talking about. Mom's tugging at the waist of your pants. Like, I think you're a husky now. I think you're a husky. There's a lot of room in the crotch. Yeah. No one heard that, Mom. Nobody heard that. I have I shop with Stitch Fix. If you guys know Stitch Fix, it's a clothing delivery service. It's kind of cool. Like I'll send them my style ideas and then they ignore them. So they send me clothes. I send them back. It's my very own sisterhood of the traveling pants. It's really nice. Oh my gosh. Anybody hear any good conspiracy theories lately? Don't answer that. Don't answer it. Please don't. They're the worst. They ruin everything, right? I mean, they're kind of, they ruin everything. But I end up defending things that you never thought you would ever have to defend. Like this happened. I was like eating a sandwich. I was like, man, I love pickles. This guy was like, no, you can't love pickles, man. I'm like, what? Why? He's like, pickles are just cucumbers that have been waterboarded. Like, I don't think that's what pickles are. I don't think it. And here I am defending pickles. I'm like, how did that happen? What happened? The whole flat earth thing really throws me. Like the flat earth, their best argument to why the earth isn't round is nuh-uh. Can I get an infant in here to help argue this point? I don't know what to do with this information. Crazy to me. Like I think when a conspiracy theory is coming when they say, you do realize. Let me stop you there, white guy. Ridiculous. Like how is Scientology like that? They're not the weirdos anymore, right? They're like volcanoes and ghosts, right? QAnon is like, here, hold my Kool-Aid. Weird. I was talking about kids earlier. Has anyone here ever had any parents? I got great parents. I got the best parents. My whole family they're just awesome. I'm the youngest of 5 mistakes in my family. And, so we got disciplined. We got spanked. We got spanked growing up. I don't know if anybody else got spanked, but now we're stuck being good people. They didn't hit us a lot because it works. By folks, with 5 of us, like they were busy, right? So they had a unique style of disciplining us. They both played the bad cop. I don't think they knew how that was supposed to go. They're like, nah, no, we know what we're doing. Like my mom, she stayed at home with us. She was on the front lines, and like she she wasn't crazy at the start. You know what I mean? Like she got there eventually. Like if I got in trouble, my mom would be like, "Hey, little man, go to your room. Wait for your father to get home because I want him to watch this." She said, like she wouldn't haul off and hit you. You know, it wasn't like that. You'd work your way up to it. And first thing she would do is she would yell at us. She would give us a verbal warning. And my mom's favorite verbal warning was, "Boy, you got too many teeth." That's gangsta. That's gonna be a rap song at some point, right? She wasn't a dentist, like she was just offering her services. Next thing she do, she would throw stuff at us, you know, like nothing heavy, just like scissors and forks, and yard darts, you know, things like that. Cat. Got great parents. I find it fascinating to get all of our traits and characteristics from our parents. I do. I think it stinks we didn't get to pick which traits we got. Okay. The hairline I wanted. You saw my dad. My dad is bald, but he has so much hair coming out of his ears and his eyebrows. It looks like a Pixar villain, that guy. Like, that's what I've looked forward to. I'm going to stop wearing my seatbelt. But I'll leave you guys with this last thought. I love talking about my family. I could do it all night long. There's a lot of material there, and we have one big rule in my family, and with everything that's been going on, I think it's sort of an important rule, and that is we have to get together. No matter what's going on, it's really important to get together, and we've been really successful at that. And this past year, we went to the beach. Even in the midst of this, we were all very safe, and we did one of those escape rooms. You guys familiar with the escape room? Some of you guys know, but it's pretty simple. Basically, they lock you in a room and you have to solve trivia questions and solve puzzles to get out. And my family's still in there. I'm Jason, guys. Give it back, Jason Love. Thank you guys so much for your time and for the rest of the show.
All right. Jason King, ladies and gentlemen. Let him hear it. Nicely done. You're still getting comments. Lauren Carey says you rock. We got Harriet Bryant said, thanks for the terrific laughs. Esther Steinman calling you Jason too. You got to work your way up, Jason.
I'll take it. I'll take it for now.
You got to keep coming. And then Tony, my right-hand man, told you to run the light. Tony. So for the rest, for everybody else, when my video comes up, that's like a 1-minute warning to the comics. And Tony told him to ignore that, but Jason was a pro, and he got off when he was supposed to. Okay, well, you guys are great. We are rolling. Your next comedian, I have worked with him a bunch, and he had all these credits I didn't know about. So we'll just pick a couple of the sweet ones here, the ones we all want. He has been on Comedy Central, Sirius XM, Dry Bar Comedy. He won the Best of Fest in Hollywood. Put your hands together for my friend, Brandon Vestal.
Oh, here.
There he is. Let me get you, man.
We good?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for staying home. Appreciate it. I have no choice. I live in California. I don't know how many of you are in California, but people in other states are eating inside. I know that. I hope you guys made it through this year okay. I don't know where you're at, but I hope you made it through. I knew in 2019 we were headed to something like this because every city, I didn't know it was going to be a virus, but I knew we were headed to some sort of reset because every city I went to had an establishment where you could go to, drink alcohol, and throw axes. And we just can't do that. That shouldn't be a thing. We shouldn't be allowed to do that. Whoever's in charge, aliens, God, I don't know who it is, but was looking down and was like, are they throwing axes right now? Shut it down. Shut the I don't care how you do it. Just make them sick. And you know what? Let's teach them a lesson. Hide all the toilet paper. Don't let them have any toilet paper. This year started, and I never thought of myself as a leader. I didn't think I had what it takes. But after this year and being forced to watch TV every day and pay attention, I could do it. I could screw things up and blame other people. I've been doing that a long time. I can do that. I like the things that we did. I've been able to start traveling to do shows over the last month, and my first gig, I had a layover in Vegas. I had a 1 hour layover in the Southwest terminal. I was starving. I get out to get something to eat. Everything in the Southwest terminal is closed at the Vegas airport. Everything, except one place. And I asked the guy who worked, I was like, hey, man, what's going on? Why is everything closed like this? He looked at me like I was stupid. He said, COVID? COVID, you can't have people gathering around at food places and eating in restaurants and waiting for food and eating together. I was like, so your remedy to that is to have only one place open? Where everyone in the airport has to go to eat and wait to eat. And the one place they picked was Burger King. Burger King was the one place you could get food at. When I saw that, I was like, can I just eat COVID? I'd rather just eat COVID. Is there a bat soup plantation here? I live in the dumbest state, of course, when it comes to COVID stuff. I live in California, and we're still grounded. And my favorite thing we did for COVID to beat COVID was to things that used to open at 8 a.m. in California because of COVID now open at 10 a.m. Problem solved. Everybody knows COVID works at night. He works all night, gets off about 8 a.m., and you got to get about a 2-hour window there because you don't want COVID sneaking off to a grocery store and French kissing senior citizens.
Love it.
Oh, thank you. This is a weird thing. I can see people. I'm worried about some of you. I think we need to poke some of you. I think I see a couple just bodies. We might need to call the authorities. I've never been home this much since my whole adult life. I've been a comic, so I've been traveling and stuff, and I've never been forced to be home this long. And I can tell you this right now, it is going to be years, perhaps generations before anyone retires early to spend more time with their families. That's over. You're never going to hear about that anymore in our lifetimes. That's just not going to happen. I know in California when they open these offices back up, people are going to be leaving at like 3 a.m. for work. They're going to be like, I got to go. You know? Like, where are you going so early? You work 2 blocks away and you don't have to be there till 10. Like, nope. You know what they say? Early bird gets away from you people quicker. I got to be careful. They're here right now, so they might come in here. I thought I'd use the time. I kind of looked at this time like being in prison. I thought I'd just get ripped up, maybe give myself a tattoo. So my goal is to get in shape, so I ordered a home gym. Like when we first shut down, ordered a home gym, and I got there like a week later, right when everything really got serious. And the gym was too heavy for me to get into the house. And it was the first week of the pandemic, so no one could get within 6 feet of me to help me get it in the house. These are ironically twisted times we're being forced to live in. We are very strict about the mask out here. I'm supposed to have one on right now, so if Gavin Newsom's watching this, he'll probably barge in here. He actually came and got me in Vegas when he found out I was having a good time. He came and snatched me up. He sent me back here. I remember the first day we had to have the mask. I didn't have one, and I don't know about you where you were, but when all this started, all you do in my neighborhood is walk. That's all we're allowed to do out here. We just walk around the neighborhood. We just walk constant. I never walked so much in my life. Dogs in my neighborhood are tired of walking. They're like, if you take me out there again, I'm just going to bite a kid so they'll put me to sleep because I'm exhausted. So I'm walking that first day. We're supposed to have a mask, and I'm getting dirty looks because I don't have a mask, but it's really hot outside. So I'm like, I'm going to stop in this corner store, get me a drink, and then I'll go home. I start to walk in the front. I could see the cashier guy from the front door of the store. He's about 8 feet in there, and I start to walk in. He's like, "You can't come in here. You don't have a mask." but he was selling masks. And I was like, well, can I just buy a mask from you? He's like, yeah. He's like, well,
Yeah, let's do that.
can I come in and get it? Nope. And then we just looked at each other, and that's all because we didn't know what to do. And then I just walked away, thirsty.
That's tough. Oh, you're frozen.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no!
No,
Brandon.
Brandon's not frozen. He works slow. That's his style. Let him go. Well, Brandon, if you could hear us, you did freeze up. And, that's something that, so many things could go wrong when you're a stand-up comedian doing a show, but just disappearing from sight usually isn't one of them. Where did he go? He just disappeared. Right, man. Well, if you can hear us, we love you. We thank you for your almost doing your full set. A little love for Brandon. Yeah, I always book an extra comic, not just because I want to give you the best show, but for that reason right there. In case somebody falls short, we've got ample talent to cover for it. But while I'm thinking about this, let me share this with you guys. This is our tip jar, and if you are so inclined, we always appreciate that. And if you can't remember any of those information, just email me. I'm at jasonlove.com. You can always get me there. So I love Brandon. He's like from Louisiana, I think. He's got that slow drawl. It's just so funny. And I was looking forward to his closer, and he's never gonna get there. You guys will have to come back next time. Yeah, Patty Jenkins asked, can we get him back? We do, Patty. I'll have him back sooner, but right now we've only had one person back ever, and you know what? This is a perfect segue to your next comedian, the second person who's ever returned to live comedy in your living room. He is the founder of Side One Dummy Records. He tours with Jim Brewer, one of the funniest comics in the biz. Put your hands together, if I could find him, for Joe Sib.
What is up? I'm over here, Jason. There we are. Oh my gosh. Hey, I got to give a shout out really quick to Jason for the entire time that we've been doing this entire COVID. I almost said party. It has not been a party. I just for some of you though, it looks like a party. I feel like a few cocktails have gone down out there. I just want to say to Jason though, for all the comics that he's been having on these shows, it's an honor to be back. But also clap it out for Jason for really keeping comedy alive during a time impossible. PJ Morrissey, what's up? How are you, buddy? I don't want to mess with you. Wow, look at that guy right there. All right, this is good to be back. I am a returning comic here. I just want to say, when did everyone stop pedaling bicycles? What's going on? Everyone's got a motorized bike. If I see one more kid fly by on a skateboard going uphill, not pedaling, I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, that's what we should be talking about as a country. Everyone needs to start pedaling again. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
Is it me or does everyone have a motorized bicycle? Remember when we were kids, you put the cards on it to make the noise.
Yeah.
Now everyone just has a bike that goes. What's going on? And everyone's talking, about getting vaccinated. I don't know. I got my first vaccination. It came with a side of ranch, so I did it, Why can't Budweiser get involved with the vaccinations? Comes with a 12-pack. Everyone on this show is getting vaccinated. Hey, Larry, look at Larry. He's not even on the couch. He's on the floor. What's going on?
Nice job.
Larry, if it came with a bottle of wine, everyone is getting vaccinated. I mean, there we go. Whoa. Okay. I don't know what's going on in Larry's life, but I need more of that because I look like I'm in a hotel room alone. Oh my gosh. Show of hands of people that got teenagers. Yes. Let's raise those hands. Oh my God. Look at that.
Well, that's right.
Yeah, I got two teenagers. Actually, my daughter's going to be 20. My son's going to be 17. And I've realized, you guys, check this out. I have realized my plan is I want to live as long as possible. I want to start taking care of myself, not to see my grandchildren, but just to have my children take care of me. I gotta put my son through the hell he is putting me through daily. That's all I want to do. I mean, I'm gonna save the video games. I'm gonna save the inappropriate music, and I'm gonna be 80 listening to rap music, playing Call of Duty. That's what I'm doing. Is anyone with me? I mean,
Yes.
Dennis, my son hasn't worn a shirt. I don't even know if he owns a shirt anymore. The guy is just walking around shirtless with his friends. And I go in the room and I go, "What are you guys doing?" He goes, "Dad, these are my homies." I'm all, it's just shirtless boys in my house. That's what and they're playing the video games and they got the music on and I smell a substance in there that they tell me it's legal. I don't care. It's what's going on, and I've realized I just want to live long enough to just to do it. Just so I want to be 80 years old, you guys. No shirt on, playing Call of Duty with 80 other 80-year-old men just that I can say are my homies. I'm going to have Jason there. He'll be shirtless. Got a feeling he's hairless. It'll be great. And my son will be like, "Dad, you can't be doing this, And I'm gonna say, "Hey, these are my homies. This is what we do." And I'm just going to crank my music, AC/DC at full volume. Right? Absolutely. And then I'll say things to him like, "When I'm 81, I'm so out of here. I'm so out of here." It'll get heated too. It'll probably get heated. He'll be like, "Hey, Dad, I know you're smoking weed in there. You can't be doing that. I'll call the police." And I'll be like, "Hey, man, I'll tell them that you beat me. That's what's going on." Karma, buddy. Remember that when the police show up, I'm going to tell them too, "You don't give me a shirt. And me and my friends, we don't have shirts. We're in here playing video games." Oh my gosh. Yeah. Teenagers. It's a trip, man. It's a trip. I do love being a dad. During quarantine though, I will say that, the whole family quarantined together. And the best part of quarantining together and spending that much time with each other is I've realized I will die never thinking I didn't spend enough time with my family. Like, we're done with that. That part's done. I mean, think about it. No family vacation. We never have to go on family vacation again. That part's been canceled. Think about it. You don't have to go for, "Let's go camping and get some quality time." No, we did 6 months of that, Oh man. And check this out. We quarantined. I don't know how this happened, but my daughter's boyfriend somehow or another slid into the mix. And yeah, just one day I go, "Whoa, where'd you come from?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm quarantining with you. I can't leave." Wow. Okay. I just remembered though, about midway through quarantine, I was so happy he was there because I'm like, "Oh my gosh, if he wasn't there, I might kill my family. That could happen." Like, he's a witness. Oh my gosh. Jeez. Oh my, it's so good to hear you all laughing, man. Jason, when he puts these shows together, it's funny as a comic, I do all these shows everywhere. And, as a comic, it's nice to get the chance to do shows that Jason's put together because, everyone's from everywhere. And when we go out on the road, it's so different. You're in the club. It definitely works a different muscle doing this. But still funny stuff happens. Like, literally when I was running up to do this show tonight, this woman, I live in downtown San Diego. This woman just yelled to me. It was so cute. She's an older woman. She just yelled, "I love your hair." "I love your hair." And I said, "Thank you." And she said, "It's like you're going fast, but you're not." I didn't realize until I came on here. Look at this. Like, if I take these headphones off, look how fast I look like I'm going. You ready for this? Side view right now. That's what I mean, you can't write a joke better than that. And the fact that I have a comb on my desk. Here we go. I'll comb it out. What's the comb for? Just the eyebrows. All right. Oh man, I know a lot of you are like, oh my gosh, this guy's so Italian looking. Are there any Italians here tonight? Any Italian people? Where am I? Here we go. One sad voice. Oh, yeah, I grew up in a big Italian family. My last name actually isn't Sibian, or actually Sib, it's Sibiondo. So I just couldn't spell it in second grade. So it just shortened it. And everyone started calling me Joe Sib. And I remember my dad was like, oh, you got a nickname. Don't worry, they don't last. You know, here I am tonight. Yeah. Big Italian family, beautiful Italian women. I was super fortunate just to, you know, as a kid, even I remember, and if you're Italian, you'll know what I'm talking about. Or if you're not, you've met an Italian family. It's like the Italian women in my family as a kid. I just remember they're so beautiful. And as they got older, they became handsome. Yeah. And you know, even as a kid, I thought I had 4 grandpas until the funerals, you guys. I thought we were a progressive family. And you know, I was in the Bay Area and my dad was like, no, Joey, that's grandma who's passed away. I was like, uh-oh, wow. I've been calling grandma No for the last 4 years. It's funny. I had a kind of a different childhood growing up. I grew up Santa Cruz, Bay Area, California, Northern California. And at 10 years old, I dropped a bomb on my family. I came out as a magician. And a lot of satin on this guy. And at a certain point, you know, my parents were so supportive, which is something I've never forgiven them for. I loved magic. I used to go around with a little wand and I wore a cape and I tried to make people disappear that weren't there. Talk about a strange upbringing. What's going on with Larry? Every time I look over there, Larry, there's someone just straddling you. Wow. This is I thought this was a clean show. Jason told me it was clean, and I'm looking over at Larry, and I don't want my son to walk in because he doesn't have a shirt on, and I don't know what's going on. Oh, come on now. Oh gosh. Yeah, you know, even to make it stranger, when I was a kid, my dad, for my first bike, I'm 10 years old, I'm into magic. Things aren't going well at this point in my life, but my dad, for my first bicycle, ends up getting me a girl's bike. And yeah, and like, you know, I remember we're sitting there and my dad's like, how do you know it's a girl's bike? You know, he's a very progressive man. You know, why do you think it's a girl's bike? And I'm like, Dad, it says Country Girl written on the side. I may try to make people that aren't there disappear, but I can read, buddy. And I remember my dad, he's like, are you going to let those words define you? You know, are you going to let those words define what kind of man you are, Joey? And I'm like, yeah, a little bit. I don't know if you've forgotten, but I'm 10 years old with no shirt and a cape on, Dad, and feathered hair. The Country Girl bicycle's not helping my situation in the neighborhood. Because you know what I'll say is it wasn't like it is today, which I love that, you know, kids like that would be celebrated. You know, you'd be like, oh my God, I love the shirtless boy with the cape on the bike that doesn't pedal. Like, I love that, you know?
Yes.
You know, at this point, man, kids were not people were not nice, not even kids. People weren't nice. I would get bullied. People would yell at me. And of course I tell my dad and he wants to stop it. He's like, Joey, who's picking on you? And I'm like, Mom. Mom and grandma. I think it might be grandpa. I can't tell. People are picking on me. You know, at a certain point, I remember even at that age, I had to give up magic, you know, because at a certain point, you know, when you realize at a certain point, you know, I had that moment where I was, you know, alone in my bedroom, and I realized if I was, you know, ever gonna be intimate with anyone else other than myself, I had to put away the magic. I realized, you know, I was like, you know, I gotta put away these scarves, you know. Gosh, and it's tough, you know, like when you have to give something up, you know, it's like, as everyone knows on this, you know, when you love something so much, you finally have to make a call, you know, I'm not going to do it anymore. And, you know, I finally decided, you know, I was going to give up magic, and it was, you know, it was tough. You know, I was 36 years old, and I was like, I'm done. I'm gonna finally... And I rode Country Girl one last time. Wow, that sounded really dirty what I said right there. I'm sorry, Jason. That was line. Oh my gosh. You know, I'll leave you guys with this thought. You know, it is a trip, you know, being a parent, having kids, doing comedy, you know, I said something recently, all kidding aside, to my son. You know, and you will all remember this. You ever have someone, you know, when you're a kid, your dad, at least my dad would say to me, you know, my house, my rules. Does anyone remember that? Yeah. And literally this afternoon, my son, you know, just whatever was going, we're going back and forth. He has no shirt on. I'm like, oh, come on, man. At a certain, you know, he's doing the Zooms. He doesn't have to wear pants now to go to school. I mean, this is crazy. What a life. It's a great life. Like, COVID worked out well for this guy. He's got no shirt on. He's no pants, and he's going to school. Now he's walking around with a left-handed cigarette telling me it's legal. It's like, he offered me a piece of candy the other night. I ate it, and I didn't know what happened for 3 days. 3 days. Like, Dad, this is an edible. I'm like, oh my God, this ruined me, son. This ruined me. You know, I didn't know either. Recently, I started drinking those hard seltzers. I guess they're called Trulies. Does anyone drink those? Yeah. I didn't know that there's alcohol in those. I thought they were energy drinks. I was putting in my youngest. Yeah, there you go, buddy. One of my house Jason's in a great mood. I just offered them these Trulies. I thought they were health drinks. I was offering. Anyway, I went back and forth with my son, and we had such a moment together. And I finally said what my dad used to say to me. I yelled upstairs. I said, hey man, if you don't like it, you know, you can go. This is my house and my rules. And I said it, and it felt good to say that, like, my house, my rules. And then my son just popped his head out and he goes, Dad, this house isn't yours. It's the bank's.
Oh my.
All I can do is take a trophy and throw it upstairs. You win. You win. Hey, I want to thank Jason one more time for always having me. I want to thank all of you for being here tonight. It's amazing. Do me a favor. If you enjoyed my comedy, I do this thing where if you text my name, Joe, to the number 313131, text my name to the number 313131. It's totally free. Let me know what city you're in. And when I come out on the road, I'll put you on the guest list. You come to a show. We'll do this live. I'll get to meet you in person. We'll wear the masks. I look much better in a mask anyway. The nose, from the bridge of my nose up, I'm crushing it. It's just all of this right there. But yeah, text my name, Joe, to 313131. And Jason, once again, thank you so much for having me. And Jason, thank you for everything this past year. You've been such a great friend, man. I really appreciate it.
All right, Joe Sib, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Sib. Fantastic, man. You had lots of comments. You might want to read through those, Joe. Rachel Polson says you're so damn funny. Yeah, she had to curse. Robert Pratt loved your hair stuff. He's one of our regulars. Lisa Halub said that her daughter's boyfriend did the same, kind of squatted with them during COVID. COVID squatters. Yeah. Oh, and I went to UC Santa Cruz, man. We were right down the street from each other.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah. And then Brandon Vestal made his way back in just to say hi. Wendy Hewlett said that Newsom got to him. That's what happened to Brandon. This is our next show, everybody. It's Friday, April 30th. 3 really super funny people here, and I'm going to add another person in case Gavin Newsom comes after them. And here again, finally, this is the last time I'll do this, is our tip jar. If you would like to tip, or just you can get me at jasonlove.com. And do stay afterward. We have a little trivia. It's our Fuegarito after party with Tony and Carmen. Carmen invented Fuegarito, and they're both really, I love them. They just make me happy. So it's always fun to hang with them. Okay, are you ready for your final comedian? Woo! All right. She is super funny. She's got all the credits that we all wish we had. She's had a half-hour Comedy Central special, Last Comic Standing, Unprotected Sets, S-E-T-S on Epix. I just happened to listen to that on Netflix, I think. Put your hands together for the very funny Mia Jackson.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Hey, what's happening? Oh, let me move this so you don't see my half-made bed on the side. Yeah, hey, everybody, what's happening? Yeah. Thank you for clarifying, Jason. Thank you for telling people it was messy. Yes, I always have to clear that up with people. But guys, I just want to really try to help people right now. I just want to give you some convenience tips. I think that'll help your life because right now, since we are doing a lot of these kind of shows, see this shirt? This is not 2 separate shirts. This is a sewn in collar. Okay. I look like my life is together. It's not. Okay. I have like 4 shirts like this in different colors, and people are like, she just took so much time. I'm like, I did not at all. I did not do anything. This is not a separate shirt. Also, thank you. Also, here's another thing. This hair, this is my Zoom wig. This is not my hair. I quit doing my hair. I don't do my hair anymore. The pandemic was like, I was like, why? Like, why would I do it? So this is my Zoom wig, and I don't know if anybody out there is into that type of convenience in your life, but there's a lot of wig securing protocols that I didn't know about. And you could I have a velvet strap on under here that keeps my wig in place, and this really what I'm wearing is more of a sitting wig. It's not an activity wig. We don't go outside with this wig. We don't know if it's going to stay on. We don't know. So that's why we're just right here in this space. We don't do a lot of movement. That's really why I got on these headphones, to keep the wig in place. A life of convenience. That's what I'm about. And this is another reason I'm wearing it. I'm gonna just be straight up with you. I tried to dye my own hair with chemicals at one point during the pandemic, and I thought, exactly. This was my thought process. I was like, you know what? I know how to read. I can follow directions. It's gonna be fine. Well, I went to my hairstylist, and she said, hey, did you know that you had a mullet? And I did not. Okay, I was not aware. And here's the problem, though. I felt that hair had been missing at the top, but I was so confident in the job that I had done that I just went, oh, this is where my hair always breaks off. Like this is what my hair does. Like, it's not the harsh chemicals that burnt this out. Like, no, this is my hair. Like that's how confident I was. So that's why I'm wearing a streaming wig. So streaming wig, get some sewn in shirts, it'll change your life. And I have spent a good bulk of the pandemic. I was living in New York. I'm currently in the DC area, but I've been hanging out with my boo, and I'm gonna whisper because he's in the next room, and I don't know how soundproof the walls are. So but our relationship is devolving, and it is. But it's I don't want to say it too loud. But what this is. I mean, I'm safe though. Like I don't want anybody to be like, do we need to call somebody? No, I'm safe. Like I will fight him. Just be clear. I will fight him. I will fight. Because y'all don't know this. I'm 6 feet tall. I can fight. So don't worry. But before we made the plan, we knew that New York was gonna be a hot spot. So he was like, hey, I want you to come here with me. And I went, you know what, let's do that. So the first few weeks it was fine. And he was like, I'm so glad I get to see you every day. Get to see your beautiful face. I'm so happy I get to see you. And then about a month in, one day, out of the blue, he just goes, but you know what? Your mustache is really not even that thick. Excuse me. He said it with so much confidence that I questioned myself, and I went, oh, I must have asked if I had a mustache. Like that must have been why he said it. I just forgot just that quick. And that's not what happened at all. He just let me know that I had one. And yeah, so I had to tell him, I said, if you see me in the bathroom, with your razor and your shaving cream, like, mind your business. Okay. Just don't ask me any questions. So I don't know if this has been like, for me, this has also been a time of discovery. I have these leggings that I love. And for the longest time, I thought they had a really nice design on the side, but it turns out they were in fact secret snack pockets. And I was like, oh my gosh, did not know. No idea. Like I could have been putting Snickers in my pocket the whole time when I was on the treadmill. Like I did not know that. And so thankful. I'm so thankful that I found that out. So go check your pants. You don't know what kind of gifts are in store for you. And also, just in the past few years, though, this has been really a big thing for me. But I've lost like 40 to 50 pounds in the past 2 years. Thank you,
Right on.
guys. Thank you. It's probably closer to 10 if I were being honest. But yeah, because I don't know if you know this, but you can tell people whatever you want. Like you can make up a number feels best for you, whatever number feels good. So it just depends. Depends on how recent you've seen somebody. If you just saw them, say 5. Keep it reasonable. But yeah, so just pick a number. But no, I lost weight, but this is what you have to really watch for. You got to watch what you put in your body because food addiction is real. And this is the moment that I knew I got electrocuted trying to eat some hot dogs off of my George Foreman grill. And I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of it, but I'm just telling you what happened so we can work through it. But this is what I didn't know. I didn't know that my grill had a short in it. Okay. And yeah, I did not know that. And I found out about the short, but I still tried 3 different times to reach for the hot dogs. Yeah, so like it was the first time I got shocked. I was like, "Ooh, that's a mistake. Let's try again." And the The second time I was like, ouch, but I'm not a quitter. And that's the thing that happened. And the third time I was like, oh, I think I'm dying. Like, I think I'm dead. Yeah. And I say that because it got very dark and I saw a light.
Oh,
And then I heard this big booming voice, and the voice was like, girl, get a salad. And I was like, who is talking to me? Like, who is that? And but it turned out it was just the dude I was dating at the time. He was very hateful. He was a very hateful man, and his words hurt. But I'll tell you this for any of the people that are out there, if you've had a grill, it actually explains everything. It tells you why, like why, like that's how you know something was broken. Like, why would somebody try to fight through electricity to eat processed meat? And it's how the grill was set up. That's what it is. Like, it was designed to help you eat healthier because you would put all your meat, on there, and it would drain all the grease and the fat into that little tray as a dipping sauce. So I'm like, oh, that is delicious. Like, oh, that is tasty. So that is. Oh, I don't eat grease anymore. It's fine. We're settle down. Yeah, guys, we're okay. Since you guys seem pretty reasonable here, this is something I've really been trying to find out. So I'm trying to work on being more empathetic, and I think this is a common thing that happens, that when people unload on you and they tell you a lot of information, a lot of sad stuff at one time, my automatic response is to say, I'm sorry to hear that, which on the surface sounds great, but when you really think about it, it's like, you didn't tell them you were sorry what they were going through. You said, I'm sorry, I heard you. Like, that's what you told them. Like, I am sorry, I heard your words. I'm sorry that I'm listening. You made me hear you. I am upset that you chose to share with me. Like, that's what you've told them. And I need something better, and I don't have anything. And like, I ask, sometimes I get on Zooms and I'm like, please, somebody give me some tips. And somebody was like, you could say, what a bummer. And I was like, no, that's worse. Like, that doesn't sound good. And then somebody else recently said, why don't you just tell people it be like that sometimes? And I went, like, I can't. And I'm like, I guess because it do be like that sometimes. So sure. But as I mentioned earlier, 6 feet tall, and a thing that happens to me a lot is that people think I have authority as a result of that, and I don't like it. And people also think I look approachable, so that's another problem. So I get asked for directions a lot. Okay. Don't trust me just because I can see 2 blocks over. Okay? Like, don't that, because I don't know what's going on either. I have no idea. And this is another thing that I've had to deal with, is that sometimes I get very specific compliments from people. And one day this man sees me and he was like, hey girl, I like your size. And I just went, no. Like, I want a regular cat call. You don't tell me you just like my size, because I don't know what you want from me. Are you trying to recruit me for a 35 and over for basketball team? Like, why would you say that? Like, I don't understand. Like, did you see me walking down the street and he's like, you know what? She looks like she can pull down some rebounds. I need to get her for our record. Like, is that what happened? Yeah, I don't like it at all. But before I go, this is one of the things that happened to me when I first moved to New York, with people thinking I have authority. So one day I'm leaving a store and I got a bunch of bags in my hand, and this woman just runs up to me off the street and she goes, why is the train down? And I was like, I have no idea. And then I just had this moment where I went, oh no, I have a transit informational shaped body and I have to accept that. I'm a trained person. And we're just sitting there looking at each other and she wouldn't move. And I just go, are you going inside the store or not? And she goes, I'm going in. And I said, well, then you need to stand clear of the closing doors. So train announcements in real life. Bye, guys. I'm Mia Jackson. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Mia Jackson, everybody. Really, really good, Mia. You have too many comments, but one kind of resonated with me. Mary Gardner said it's like talking to your BFF. Dudes don't have BFFs, but I know what she meant. Like, it's very conversational. It's so good. Paula loved your timing. Jen was laughing so hard she couldn't breathe.